Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday here in Pennsylvania. About 6 a.m. It's a little chilly out. Actually, it's kind of cold. I own the bike here, but I'll take that over sweat running down my face in the mid-afternoon heat. So, this morning I'm out for a short ride. I'm going to take a look at the Greisemer, I believe it's Greisemer, covered bridge that I wasn't able to look at a couple of weeks back when I did the Pleasantville covered bridge. And there was a pretty cool thing that happened between then and now that I really wanted to share with you. So sit tight and tell you all about it right after the intro. So if you've been following along with my social media page, mostly Instagram, and my YouTube channel for a little while, you're probably aware that I have a little bit of a socially quirky personality, and I'm not completely comfortable with self-promotion, and it's something that I'm working on. I need to become better if I ever want my channel to grow into something, meaningful. I need to get more comfortable with self-promotion and talking about the channel in general. So because of this, I guess you can call it a lack of confidence, the channel never really comes up when I'm out in the wild with other people, but when it does, it's amazing and really weird at the same time, and that's exactly what I experienced just the other day. So the other day, I needed to get out of the house. So when my wife got home from work, I packed up my laptop, put it in a backpack, and headed off over to the local cigar shop. And I kind of set up in the lounge, had a cigar while I was working. And after a few minutes, one of the guys that works there came back into the lounge and said, "Hey, if you want to get to that covered bridge without going through all those chips, you can take this other road." So, and as soon as he said it, I paused for a second, and I'm kind of running through my mind, like, did we talk about that? And then it kind of dawned on me that, well, someone in the wild, out in the real world, had actually watched one of my YouTube videos and was now talking to me about it. So it was this, it was kind of strange because it caught me off guard, but it was pretty amazing that it happened like that, organically, where, someone from real life took the time to watch the channel. So I thought that was really amazing. So anyway, he goes by the handle Buddha Bouncer, and he was telling me about this road that cuts off to the side of this bridge. So he said, "Hey, where 662 and Oley Turnpike Road are?" And I said, "Yeah, down by the dairy." And he says, "Yeah, if you go the other way, you take that out to a dead end, you hang a left, then you make a right on Sprangle Road, and then, you're only on those oil and chips for maybe a quarter mile before you hit the bridge." I didn't realize that he lives out in that area, and he happened to walk across the bridge, just a few days prior. So we talked for a couple minutes. He had to get back to work, and since I had my laptop handy, I pulled up the map, and sure enough, it is a super simple route that I wasn't aware of. Instead of taking Oley Turnpike Road, like he had mentioned, I'm going to take Covered Bridge Road since that's more direct. But yeah, with the name Covered Bridge Road, it should become a little apparent what's on that road. So that's where I'm going today. I'm going to go check out this Greisemer Covered Bridge, thanks to directions from Buddha Bouncer. Check him out on Instagram. So here we are at 662. Buddha Bouncer's directions, I believe, would have had me come in from the other direction on 73, and I would have come down and made a left onto Oley Turnpike Road. But here, I'm coming in the other way since it's closer, more direct, and Covered Bridge Road is actually right here, which that's probably why he told me not to take it. fresh oil and chips. I can see the sign from here. So, after all that, we're taking Buddha Bouncer's recommendation after all. We're going to go up here, go down Oley Turnpike Road, and then I'll get on that road. And that's probably where the quarter mile of oil and chips are. Although it looked like that was fairly packed down. I may not have ran into any issues on that. But well, I'd rather find that out when I'm down here further than have to discover that, you know, for a mile or so. So this covered bridge just happens to be pretty much the closest one to my house. Now ordinarily I'd be looking to take a longer ride than I am this morning, but I've got a crazy busy weekend. Right after I get done this ride, which hopefully I will be home by 7:30, I have to run up to my brother's house to help him cut a tree down. And then tomorrow, he's going to help me cut a tree down before a storm rolls in. Forecasting, you know, 40-mile-an-hour gusts. And I've got a tree that's completely dead from ash borer beetles. That's not creepy at all. Two figures in black walking down a foggy road. Alright, Covered Bridge Road. Here's our oil and chips. It looks pretty packed. Doesn't look bad. Hopefully it won't feel too loose when I'm on it. Actually, they didn't do anything down here. I wonder if they stopped back there. Don't want to get too nuts. We'll wind up discovering that they stopped before the bridge or something, then started all over again. So this should be Sprangle Road, which should lead me directly to the Greisemer covered bridge. It's a really nice area back here. There's the Manatawny Creek that the bridge crosses over. Lots of farmland around. You got farmland on this side. You should have woods on that side, on the other side of the creek. And there should be a mountain up there too, behind all that coverage. Someone doesn't like the speed limit. There we are. I wonder if there's a place to park. Oh, this one's noisy. Alright, nowhere to park on this side. Oh, right there. That'll work. It's kind of packed. It looks so beautiful, but I'm gonna stay out of the mud holes. There we go, right here. Turn that off. Bike is in gear. Shut her down. So it looks like this bridge was built in 1832. It's about 125 feet long. And when I was talking to Buddha Bouncer, who gave me the directions here, I asked him, I said, you know, is this bridge anywhere near as trafficked as Pleasantville? Because I was kind of surprised at how much traffic there was. And he said, no, it's not anywhere near as bad. So, shouldn't have to worry too much about traffic coming through the bridge. So these are the Manatawny Creek is stocked waters with trout. So it's actually a heavily trafficked area. During fishing season, you'll get a lot of people down through here fishing off the bank. I don't know if that's typical for a lot of places. Here, a lot of our creeks and streams are stocked so that people can come out and fish. This bridge, unlike the other one, doesn't seem to be maintained quite as well. This one you kind of see, I don't want to say it's showing its age. I mean, the thing's all from 1832, but it looks a bit run down compared to the other ones. I don't want to. Yeah, the outsides, you can see some of the sidings warped and twisted, and it's doing this. Some of the nails are popped, paint's peeling, and we saw the other side. The inside, we got a lot of graffiti. Good for Dom and Brooke, 2019. Catherine in 2016. One thing I noticed about this bridge coming over it, which I had mentioned, was it's pretty loud. Like, you can feel these boards moving even under the motorcycle. More graffiti. That's a shame. This is really cool, though. I don't remember seeing this big, giant arch out of this thick timber on the last couple of bridges I looked at. Wasps or something there. Man, these old bridges are really cool, and it wasn't until I started doing this motovlog thing that I really started paying attention to them. And leading up to this, I had no idea what a covered bridge was even for. So when I started doing some research to find out like what was in the area, that's kind of when I learned the purpose of these bridges, and that was to allow the bridge itself to be maintained over harsh winters. So because Pennsylvania has a lot of snow, you'll find a lot of these bridges in Pennsylvania, it's considered the covered bridge capital of the country, with like 219 active covered bridges at the time, as of now. So it's pretty cool, and that explains why you don't see many of them down in the south. I had like Blue Bike and Doyle, I think Herman on a Bike mentioned that there weren't very many covered bridges down south. I think Chip Seal mentioned there wasn't too many covered bridges down south, and the fact that there's harsh winters here explains a lot. That was a cat. So it's pretty cool, and I think I'm on someone's property. I don't want to be on here too much. Otherwise the grass wouldn't be mowed like on the other side. I'd really like to get a picture of my bike at the bridge, but I'm a one-man operation. That's not exactly going to work. It would be different if I could stage the bike, get out of the shot, and someone else could take the picture quick. I don't want to hold up traffic or anything like that. I don't see any date stones across the bottom like at the other bridge. Now, I want to say, because this is like the Greisemer mill covered bridge, I want to say that building right there is the old mill. And I think when I looked it up, they mentioned that it's on private property, so admire the mill from the road or something to that effect. Unless this is the old mill. Actually, this building looks quite a bit older, and yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say this would this would be the mill, and not the not over there. That's really cool. There's one thing about motovlogging that has been really awesome is that I'm getting to learn so much more about the area that I never knew before. So it's forcing me to stop and pay attention to some of this stuff, which has been very educational. Like, I knew there was a covered ridge back here, and I know there's mills all over the place, but actually getting out and seeing them is something else entirely. So this has been a very rewarding experience, this whole motovlogging thing. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as I am, because it's pretty awesome. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that that's the old mill. That's the bridge that goes along with it. So as I had mentioned, there's the Pennsylvania historical thing lists 219 active covered bridges in the state of Pennsylvania. It would be really cool to see them all, but that is highly unlikely. Pennsylvania is a pretty big state, and driving clear across the other side would take, well, a good part of the day. Last time I drove out to Ohio, I think I was on the turnpike for 5.5 hours, 6 hours before I hit Ohio. So there's a lot of ground to cover. So I think this little mini series of covered bridges is only going to last until I exhaust all the local bridges. I don't know, this one, I want to say it's like the more run down of the two that I looked at, but actually I think this one might be my favorite. It feels old and worn and used, not like the other ones where South Percy was preserved as a landmark. They literally picked the thing up and they put it in the field so that it could be admired. Pleasantville, which is right down the road, it's kept up well. It's heavily trafficked. People go through it a lot. But this one, I don't know. This one's just got some patina. I like it. I just like this one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it for this video. I've been here a little while. I'm starting to get really sweaty walking around in full gear. It's a really cool place. Hope you enjoyed it. Like always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification if you'd like alerts when new episodes post, which are every Monday and Friday at 8 a.m. So, thank you for watching, and until I'm bumbling and jumbling up my words. So, as always, stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one.